Brawler had not 2, but 3 star powers. And if so, what would those star powers be? Find out in today's video. Now here is a collection of the best ideas for new star powers, not in exactly any specific order. Now here's a new star power idea for Frank. Frank steals the speed of brawlers he defeats, increasing his speed for 6 seconds. This sounds like an interesting idea for Frank. It kind of fits with Frank. It would be scary seeing this huge 10,000 health brawler with a big hammer running towards me at a very fast speed. But why not with this? Now here's an idea to increase the damage that Gene does, since Gene's not really a high damage brawler. In this case, during the duration that Gene pulls an enemy, they take extra damage per second. Now, when this star power was thought of, I don't think they had teleporters in the game. I think it would be pretty funny to see someone do this and then teleport away. It would basically be a free instant kill. Now, this is actually a rework idea, but it was really cool, so I wanted to show you. They reworked Tara's first star power, Black Portal, which kind of sucks. They made it a ranged shadow, throwing out throwing at Tara cards. I actually think this is a really good idea because her first star power is completely overshadowed by the healing one, which just provides so much potential value. This could make this useful. Here's a bunch of really good ideas by Cov1. So for Shelly, Predator, when defeating a brawler, she gets a 25% speed boost for 3 seconds. It's like that similar idea we saw for Frank. I think for Shelly, this makes more sense maybe than for Frank, since Shelly's a normal move speed brawler and she needs to be able to get close to enemies. She does have that dash gadget, but this could be another way for her if she wants to use the range gadget. For Nita, Symbiosis. When Bruce is out, Nita deals 10% more damage. I suppose that's like when Bruce is on the field as opposed to like out as in like dead. But that actually sounds pretty interesting, having an ability where you only get that extra damage when Bruce is on the field. It would make Nita very deadly at one point in time and then kind of, you know, cute and cuddly otherwise. Colt, too pretty. Pew pew. Colt heals himself 30 HP every bullet that lands on enemy brawlers. I would love an idea like this because Colt is a pretty aggressive brawler. And also I do want to see more vamp type abilities in game where you do hit someone and you get healed for it. I think this would be interesting. Buckshot. Bull gets a charge bar. When the bar is full, his next attack will stun an enemy. That sounds borderline overpowered, although admittedly his range is incredibly short, and let's pretend the stun is also really short. Maybe it's a half-second stun. I guess in some scenario, maybe it's a whole second, right? But that would probably be pretty broken, but his range is so short, so maybe it's not. For Jesse, Energy Affliction. When Jesse's orb bounce, deal 10% more damage per hit. This would be an interesting one. It would be pretty chaotic to see this at low levels. This is the reason Jessie doesn't get a buff, right? Is at low trophy levels, her bounce shot just hits a crazy amount compared to at higher trophy levels where people don't group up as much and they understand how to dodge stuff a little bit better. For Brock, Rocket Reload. When defeating a brawler, his reload speed doubles for 5 seconds. That sounds pretty broken for 5 seconds. Maybe just make it like 2 seconds. Then that would be interesting, but I do like, you know, a similar idea like this where you get the defeat, and in this case, it's reload speed, which would be interesting. Dynamite, kapow! Dynamites get a 30% bigger radius. I actually think this is quite a good idea, and is especially a noob-friendly idea. I think the thing is, at a high skill level, and in specific matchups, Dynamite really kind of bites the dust as people figure out how to dodge his shot a lot better, especially if you are a faster move speed brawler. This could make Dynamite less meta dependent. Bow, strong bow. Bow upgrades his bow. His arrows can reach 1 tile further, so it's just a range boost. I don't think that's exciting enough personally. Tick, Repulsive Return. Tick heals himself with 25% of the damage dealt by his super. I do want to see more defensive abilities for Tick. I'm not sure if this is the way I want it to happen, but interesting idea. 8-Bit Extra Time. 8-Bit and his allies will keep the attack bonus for 3 seconds after going out of the range of the turret. Now, I actually think this is a pretty good idea, But when you think about how he already has a star power that just boosts the range of the turret, this is honestly another way to do that. M, center focus. M super deals more damage the closer the enemy brawlers stand to her. I think that's not bad. Her super has a healing ability. Allowing her super to deal more damage isn't a horrible idea, since it is mostly just used for slowing, and if you have that healing ability, you know, for healing. Barley Energy Cocktail. Barley's main attack gives allies a 10% speed boost for 4 seconds. Like if they walk in Barley's main attack, or is it just like whenever Barley throws it? I think you'd have to maybe define that a little bit more. It sounds interesting though. El Primo, Intimidate. Enemy brawlers lose 150 health per second while being close to him. Wow, I think that's a really unique idea, just to allow instant HP loss while being near someone. It doesn't sound like that strong particularly. I like the concept though. Poco, Terrible Tone. Poco deals 9% more damage. The buff Poco really needs, right? Instead of screeching solo. I mean, the bad part about this is it's just kind of a boring like way to boost his damage, but it is needed. Rosa, Speedy Vines. Rosa gets a 12% movement boost when using her super. That would be deadly, but I do kind of like that idea more than like allowing her to deal more damage during her super. Rico, Bouncy Drain. Rico regains 1,000 health when defeating another brawler. So he can have extra movement speed at low health, or he can gain health when he defeats someone. That's a lot of health gain, but is it though? Daryl, Iron Barrel. Daryl's super can now destroy walls. Wow. That would be really deadly, wouldn't it? But he would give up the shield, which kind of sucks, but the reload speed is quite good. That's a star power. In this case, being able to destroy walls, it would be useful. Penny, Gold Grabber. When Penny hits an enemy brawler with her coins, she heals 400 health. I kind of like that because it only happens when she gets the coin effect. So she has to hit someone or hit something, have it go through it. So in Showdown, maybe interesting, but probably you're at like full health if you're hitting a Showdown box. But the idea is cool. Carl, Spinning Speed. Carl gets a 5-second speed boost after using his super. Is this like, oh, right away he gets it, or after it ends? It would make sense if it was after it ends, because he already gets an insanely, like his super's already an insanely fast speed. So let's pretend it's after it ends. It sounds okay. Jackie, Fissure. Jackie's super creates a small earthquake that deals damage over time, and it stays on the field for 5 seconds. That makes sense to me. I feel like that fits Jackie's kit too. Just adding something like that. That way if enemies slightly escape your range, maybe they're still taking a little bit of damage. Pam, Extended Med. Pam's turret protects allies from being stunned, slowed, and poisons. Interesting. So instead of dealing damage to enemies with her damage star power, instead of healing when she hits someone, it's like in Brawl Ball maybe, just to help you score. Frank, Rampage. When Frank drops below 30% health, he can attack while moving. That sounds almost broken, but it is a pretty specific condition below 30% health. So it might be for only 1 or 2 attacks. And if you think about it, how aggressive do you really want to be when your health is that low? Interesting idea. Piper, Safe Landing. After using her super, Piper gets a 3.5-second shield that reduces damage. Okay, I don't mind that, and I actually think that would be viable. And an interesting, like, addition to Piper's kit. She has a bunch of damage stuff. What about this, where it's more defense? BB, Sticky Gum. BB's bubblegum slows enemy brawlers down for 3 seconds. Yes, because it's bubblegum, it's sticky. Like, it honestly makes sense that she would have an ability that slows people down. I think she should have. B, Honey Heal. B heals herself for 800 health when landing her supercharged shot. Well, that sounds honestly kind of broken because she can get that every 2 shots. But the idea of healing when she lands a charged shot, maybe make it like 300 health, but still, good idea. Nani, Think Orb. Nani's light orbs become 40% wider. I don't know, sounds okay. Not like that exciting. Mortis, Quick Dash. Mortis's reload speed gets a 10% buff when his health is below 40%. Interesting. This would definitely be useful for helping Mortis survive a little bit. Although, it's not a big reload speed buff. Maybe make it even bigger, and then I think this could be applicable. Tara, magic cards. Tara charges up her super faster. Not very interesting, but it does cover a weakness that Tara has, which is how fast she charges her super. Gene Thief. Enemy brawlers lose 2 ammo when being pulled by Gene. That's a really cool idea, making someone lose ammo. And the interesting part about it too is if they're low ammo, you don't even get any benefits. You might not necessarily know, it's a bit of a gamble, but it does protect Gene a lot whenever you pull someone in. Max, Fighting Spirit. Friendly brawlers receive an 8% damage buff when being close to Max. So Max gives the speed boost, and now Max would give a damage boost to allies, making Max even better of a support brawler, as opposed to Max getting her super faster or dealing more damage. Mr. P, faster service. Mr. P's porters move 50% faster. That's an interesting idea. They wouldn't be able to spawn every second, and Mr. P wouldn't have the increased range, but instead, his porters would be way more annoying and would be really difficult to avoid. For specific brawlers, this would be a nightmare. Sprout, full throttle. Sprout will gain a 3-second speed boost for every 7,000 damage it deals. That's interesting, a pretty conditional speed boost. It would be hard to keep track of something like that to know how close you are to the speed boost, but I like the concept. Spike, Thorny Skin. Spike will return 15% of all damage taken from enemies. I like that idea, and for a cactus, it makes sense. You touch it, it hurts, you know? And it would be a unique idea. Crow, Toxic Recover. When Crow falls below 30%, he will heal from his poison damage. Alright, so it's sort of like vampirism, but only when he's below 30% health. I definitely think Crow could deserve an ability like that. Leon, Phantom Shots. Leon's spinner blades will pierce through brawlers when he falls below 40% health. That sounds interesting. I'm not sure if he really needs piercing. Like, it's not a big weakness of his, and it would be especially weird considering his damage decreases, you know, the further away it gets, so the pierce might not even be that strong. Sandy, Rough Winds. Enemy brawlers will deal 10% less damage while being inside Sandy's Sandstorm. So Sandy gains a bit more a defensive ability. I don't think it's that bad. Gale, Power Push. Gale's super deals 1,500 damage to brawlers pushed the maximum range by his super. I'm not so sure how often that happens. I don't mind the idea of adding more damage to his super, since it doesn't really do much. Surge, Juice. Surge will get a 12% reload speed buff after his second upgrade. I don't mind a reload speed buff, although not that exciting. Of course, saving the best idea for last here. This one for Mortis, Spin to Win. Instead of Mortis' dash, Mortis spins at the speed of light and automatically kills everyone. Well, this is the best idea I've ever heard. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out other crazy cool ideas for Brawl Stars right over there that I'm sure you'll also enjoy. Thanks so much for watching this episode, and I'll catch you later. Peace.